Throwback Geekazoid with my man's Internet Space. We about to talk to y'all about the Captain Marvel trailer. About to explain that shit to y'all and just give you our thoughts on everything. So, I mean, Space. I mean, I watched the trailer multiple times now. I assume you have too. Is there anything you want to speak on off the top of your head?
I mean, I was hoping that you would explain to me why I should care about this trailer, and what the hell is going on. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I was watching. Um,
Really?
I
Wow.
I could care. I mean, I'm gonna
You give
have
a
to
fuck about
go in
Captain.
between. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in between the cushions of my couch to try to find some fucks to give about Captain Marvel, man.
Okay, so let me give you some background. So Captain Marvel is probably the key to defeating Thanos. And if you into the Avengers and you've been following the Avengers since the first movie, you saw Ultron, Infinity War, and all the
Yeah, with all of that, of course.
you know who the fuck Thanos is, the big purple nigga who's gonna fuck everybody off. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
and I know who Captain Marvel is to an extent as well.
okay. So she got that cosmic power, you know what I'm saying? She got that cosmic shit. She from
No.
space. I ain't gonna act like I know everything about Captain Marvel because I don't really know shit about Captain Marvel. I know more about Miss Marvel, which is the new Captain Marvel, than the traditional one. But I know some things. I know she got that cosmic shit. She in space. She can fly around. You know what I'm saying? She uses like solar flares or some shit along those lines. Like she shoots some shits out of her hand. She's a superhero, a super powered being on the level of I would say like a Superman or a Nova or somebody like who could really fuck some shit up. They got a lot of power. And yeah.
You know what?
And
Thor sounds like this is one of Marvel's few characters that is like truly super powered. Marvel doesn't have a whole lot of those.
maybe not.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they don't have a whole lot of those, but as far as the cinematic universe, we have Tony Stark, who's doesn't really have powers, has the suit. We have Spider-Man, who has superhuman strength, but he's no Superman. Outside of Thor and Hulk, there aren't a whole lot of characters like this, I guess. Am I right about that?
No, I think you're pretty right about that. I think you're pretty right about that, man. That's one of the things that attracts me to Marvel, and that's one of the things about DC that I like, because a lot of DC heroes are superpowered. Like Flash is the Flash is so fast he can go back in time and shit. Superman can punch the fabric of time. Wonder Woman is a god. You know what I'm saying? Like these
Yeah,
motherfuckers is really powerful people.
right. And that's on
Where
purpose for DC, who wants to have god-like characters. Not to cut you off, but go ahead.
no, I was saying just in Marvel, you got people like Daredevil who can like jump off of buildings and shit. He knows parkour. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't fuck with DC's whatever superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't even fuck with them.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like this is like something from Marvel that's like kind of rare because it's like one of the super powered people, but we don't get a lot of that, and this is our introduction to that, and that's why I think Captain Marvel is pivotal in finishing this part of the whole Marvel cinematic universe. You know what I'm saying? So
Captain Marvel started out as a DC character, am I right?
Captain Marvel is the name for Shazam, I think, is the name.
Yeah.
Like,
And somehow, some way, this character crossed. Let me see this here. Let me do some. Yeah, they both had Captain Marvels. DC changed theirs to Shazam. Um, I read up about this a while ago. Probably should have researched it before we did this podcast.
I should have
You
did
can
more
kiss
too.
my black ass if they bothered you. But yeah, okay, yeah. All right, okay. Uh-huh.
So she did come from DC.
Yeah, so DC already had a character named Captain Marvel, but they didn't trademark the name. So Marvel created a character named Captain Marvel and forced DC to change the name of their Captain Marvel. And they ended up coming up with Shazam, which was what he was already saying when he would turn into Shazam. So
Right. Right.
yeah, that's the story behind that. So anybody who listens to this, all seven people who listen to this who think that I don't know what I'm talking about, Google just proved you wrong. Kiss my ass.
Hey, that's how we do on this side. It's crazy. The only reason I knew that Shazam was called Captain Marvel is because of DC versus Mortal Kombat, and Shazam was called Captain Marvel in that video game. So that's how I knew about that. I didn't know that whole checkered past behind it though. So that's good that you brought
Yeah,
that up.
most people
I didn't.
still see Captain Marvel as Shazam though. So it looks like, Marvel is,
Really,
deciding to,
most people are like that. Like most of the fans are like that.
um honestly, this is something that I decided to look up maybe about a year and a half ago when I was like, for some reason I was kind of really enamored with the character of Shazam because I had never heard of the character before, and I was like, "Who is this character?" And the more I
Same,
dug into
same
it,
with me.
but when I wasn't introduced to the character, I was introduced to the character as Captain Marvel, not Shazam. So I was kind of struck by the fact that it's a DC character named Captain Marvel. And people still tend to see this character as being called Captain Marvel. Even if you look it up on Google right now, the first thing that comes up if you type in Captain Marvel is Captain Marvel DC Comics. Um,
Yeah. So I mean, DC you can't fuck with. Like their heroes are so uh landmark and so traditional. Everybody knows them. You can ask your great great auntie who Superman is. They know who it is. They know who Batman is. You try asking who Captain Marvel is or who Spider Man is, they may not know. You know who Wolverine is, they may not know. So I believe you. I mean, I believe you on that. But what after knowing all this, what did you think about the trailer?
what did I think about the trailer? I think that I have no real reason to want to go see this movie, to be honest with
So
you.
after all that, so you it seems like you're more excited for Shazam than Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not what we're talking about. So I really don't want to, shortchange all four of our listeners who want to really hear about this. But
I thought it was seven, man. Come on, man. Give us some seven. Seven,
the
seven will be
number
all right.
is only going to go down. So I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't really want to. Shortchange my fiance and whatever one of your family members you can get to listen to this. But
her six her six friends.
at the end of the day, man, I got to be honest with you. I needed more in order to want to see this movie, because at this point, I don't need any new characters from Marvel. Um,
Wow.
and if I did want new characters, this would not be one that is even remotely on
Okay.
my list.
All right. So let me jump in. Let me jump
Yeah,
in like
I
this.
would love for you to tell me why I should want to see this. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
So this is why. So this is for you, space, and it's for all seven of y'all out there who are having doubts about seeing this shit. Captain Marvel to me is one of them super powered Marvel heroes, you know, up there with Phoenix and Silver Surfer, Galactus. They got that cosmic shit. And I ain't like I know everything about it. I don't. I just know like I know I know the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I know at the end of Infinity War, that was what Nick Fury put up on his phone, the Captain Marvel logo and insignia and whatnot.
Right, right.
I know that she's the key to defeating Thanos. That's like his secret weapon. And this looks like a prequel to that. We see in the trailer. Uh, we see in the trailer. I don't know if I said Nick Cage or Nick Fury, but Nick Fury has two eyes. He doesn't have the eye patch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it is a throwback, and for some reason, I didn't even notice that.
yeah, so it's a throwback. You know, Samuel Jackson has two eyes. He doesn't have the eye patch. So this is before whatever happened. Maybe we'll see that in this movie. We don't know. Probably, hopefully, we will.
Mhm.
And it's some shit like this in the past. Just kind of like how Wonder Woman 84 is, or how Wonder Woman was, and just how Captain America was, the Captain America, the First Avenger was. You know, it takes place in the past, and it's going to affect this current time, this current future that we see at the end of Infinity War. So I feel like, first of all, if you was into Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity War, you should be into this because it's going to show the fans why Captain America is the key to defeating Thanos. It's going to give us a little preview of what we can expect in
Captain
Infinity
Marvel.
War. Or Captain Marvel is going to give us a preview of what we can expect in the next Avengers movie. So,
But
kind of like
it looks like an origin story, and I'm assuming there will be a jump to present time at some point. But I gotta be honest, like from what I saw, I have more of an expectation that once they get to the present, it's going to be in a cutscene. So you think that we're going to get a little bit of what's happening next in Infinity War in this movie? Is your
no,
opinion?
I think I meant that in terms of her powers. We're gonna see.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like for one, you see her in that it's like black and blue or black and greenish suit, and then you see a little glimpse of her with the blue and red suit, like the main Captain Marvel suit. I feel like it's like you said, it's gonna be an origin story. It's going to probably show how she got her powers and how she's gonna earn that suit, that color suit, that main suit that she wears, and it's gonna show us just what she brings to the table in terms of the Avengers. What can she add to the Avengers? I mean, they already got Thor, you know what I'm saying? Stark, they got all these people. Why would they need Captain Marvel? I feel like this movie is going to show us why they need Captain Marvel. And just like I feel like it's going to be like Superman in Justice League. He's going to come in and fuck everybody up, and it's not even going to be efficient. You know, like how he fucked Steppenwolf up. I feel like Captain
So you
Marvel.
think Captain Marvel's going to come in and just whoop Thanos' ass?
I think either that or she's going to provide something extra that's going to make it able for all the Avengers to whoop his ass. Because he ain't going to win unless they try to throw us a crazy curveball and be like, it's like
I
everybody
love the fact that to this point, it appears that he did win.
right. I like that.
It's another reason why superhero comic book fans sometimes kind of, or the audience that these movies attract can like aggravate you because I don't understand why people don't like the ending. And I think that's one of those like you're disappointed because it subverted your expectations. Kind of, I didn't like the ending, but it was that was one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen. I just think that movie is so fantastic. So I don't know. I'd be kind of disappointed if it ends in the next movie, although I pretty much know that that's what will happen. But I don't know, man. I still don't give a damn. Is there any other reason that I should care about Captain Marvel? What are some of the who are some of these people that I'm seeing in the do you happen to know? Like, could you give us the 10 things that we missed, goofy ass clickbait in this podcast?
I don't know because I still don't know. So I'm pulling it up on my phone right now and see if it loads up. So it looks like I'm just starting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. You're not going to be able to be searching on your phone while we're doing this.
Oh no,
I apologize to all 4 of our listeners.
yeah, I'll cut it out for all 4 of our listeners. I thought it was 7, man.
Nope. Back to it just became 3. So
No bullshit. But I'm watching it, so I see Blockbuster Video. Looks like it's in the past. We see Nick Fury with 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you see the spaceship. You see that it's in space. It's something from outer space. You see the spaceships. You see
riveting.
space. You see stars. You know it's gonna be some sci-fi type shit, but you also see her on Earth, like in the army. So it looks like she's an amazing human, and like an amazing alien too. Like maybe these people picked her because of how cool she is, how dope she is as a person, and they decided to choose her to lead
Oh wow.
this shit. She punched an old lady in the face. I mean, come on, that's pretty cool to me in my book. But and you see that little costume where she has the glowing eyes, like you start to see you definitely know this is going to be an origin story. You know it's going to, you know what I'm saying, show her from the beginning to the end, see how she gained her rank, got her powers. But one of the people I saw, who I think I saw, was Agent Coulson from Agents of Shield. And if that's the case, that's cool for a few reasons. Uh, One being because usually you'll see a Marvel character in the movie and then on a show, but you won't see him in the movie again. So this will be kind of different for Marvel to do that.
Yeah, that's about as close as they're going to come, I guess, to letting the TV shows and movies cross over.
Basically, the only people who, or the only person who's done it is Nick Fury and Agent Carter, and they both with Shield. So I guess it would make sense for
I never
Agent.
knew Nick Fury was in one of those horrible TV shows, but
He was,
um,
he was Agents of Shield is great, and
sure it is.
he was in he was in there for the first season only.
What
But
people what people don't realize is that I'm here to be the comic book movie skeptic because I long since checked out. So,
right,
you know, I am, what everyone will call a hater, but I'm not a hater. I love great movies, and when Marvel has made some great movies, I just don't see enough for me to care about this one. And honestly, I'm totally cool with like not spending $30 for me and my fiance to see it, and maybe just waiting until it's on HBO, watching it that way. So that I'm ready for part two of the Infinity War. That may seem like blasphemy to the listeners, but again,
so you're
uh,
not going to see it. That's what you're saying. You're not going to see it.
I need to see a trailer that gives me a reason to see it. I got to be honest with you. Like, if this wasn't a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, just some movie, I would be saying the same thing because it's kind of like I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't have anything to do with like superhero fatigue, any of those buzzwords. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy to kind of just spit, buzzword talk at you or hot takes. I'm being really honest here. It's just a bad trailer. Like, I have no idea what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, like,
You have to keep in mind it's kind of a teaser, so they ain't gonna show us the whole movie. That's been a problem with a lot of comic movies. Like with Venom, you saw him talking and walking. You saw his feet. It was kind of revealing. So they ain't gonna show everything. They just gonna give you a little glimpse. And
but kind of like missing for me is just enough for me to be intrigued by the character. I don't really even need to know a whole lot. Obviously, I don't want the trailer to tell me the movie, but like I was really hoping that you would be able to help me understand like what am I looking at when the
all right,
two
okay. All right. So
pieces of electricity in her temple. What is going on?
what you're looking at is a superpowered human who's going to help defeat Thanos. I mean, it's the end game. I heard it's going to be. I heard the next Avengers movie is going to be called the End Game because of what Tony Stark said in Age of Ultron. Like that's what it's all about. It's about defeating these motherfuckers from space. The Kree, you see people with blue faces. You know what I'm saying? You see these alien races, the same races that we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy. If you watch the shows, the same people who you see in Agents of Shield. It's all building up to this space shit.
So the
And
selling point is I need to go see this so that I can understand what's going on when she does something that helps defeat Thanos, is what you're telling me, I feel like.
I'm trying to tell you, this is what it's been building up to, bro. The whole
Okay.
time. In the Avengers, who was the bad guys? The first Avengers. It was the aliens from space. You know, Hulk punched that big ass alien thing in the face. That is what's coming this whole time. Tell me one Marvel superhero that gets in that, like one Avenger that goes to space.
One Avenger that goes to space,
Yeah.
Thor and the Hulk.
Well,
But
I don't know how Hulk was transported. Thor, he's a god, you know what I'm saying? He goes to all kinds of places. He goes to space, he goes to different realities. He's a god. You know, I don't know. I feel like this is they all went to different planets in Infinity War, but I'm trying to say that this is a Marvel hero that is familiar with people like Thanos, and they're not like she's not like the Guardians of the Galaxy where she's kind of just like a Joker or having fun. They just kind of like type of
Why
heroes.
did Marvel tease her in more movies then? Why do you think that is?
I think the whole reason for Captain Marvel is to get girls to come to Marvel movies because I feel like they saw that DC had Wonder Woman, so they added Captain Marvel to have their Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are no female-led Marvel movies. So this is a female-led Marvel movies. Captain Marvel is their hero. The only other choice they could get would be like Black Widow. But Scarlett Johansson, she ain't gonna do a whole movie. She got signed on like a really low low budget contract. So she ain't gonna do no big movie star unless she gets big money. So they got Brie Larson to do Captain Marvel. And it's again opening up, it advances the story, and it's opening up more room for merchandising. You know, they're gonna promote big for this movie just like they did all the other ones. They're gonna have her face on cereal boxes and shit. It's I feel like it's
When I see screenshots and when I see even the trailer, Brie Larson looks checked out. She looked like she could care less about this. I kind of thought that Benjamin Button Bumber Bitch back to back was going to do the same thing with Doctor Strange, but he definitely was like into it. So hopefully I'm wrong about that, and hopefully it's a good standalone movie. I don't root for these to be bad movies whatsoever. I always want them to be good.
Now I differ from you in that I feel like it's not going to be that great. I feel like it's going to be good, like how a Marvel movie is good. But as far as it like being a landmark film in comic books, no. I feel like it's there to set shit up without a doubt. Just being real. I
Okay.
feel like it's there to set shit up, and it's there to be the female Marvel movie, and it's there to introduce a new character for merchandising.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I feel like that's what it's for. However, if you're a fan, if you're looking at these movies, all these Avenger movies and Marvel movies, you're gonna want to see this because it's another character, and you're gonna see her full potential of her powers. You're gonna be like, damn, this bitch gonna fuck the shit off of fan. You know what I'm saying? She gonna fuck his ass up. And once
That's
you
what
see that, it's gonna make you
Thanos.
want to go see the next Avengers movie because at the end of the movie they're gonna have some. They're gonna have her in. They're gonna have her in the present. I guarantee the after credit scene, or at the end of the movie, they're gonna have her in the present, just like they did Captain America at the end of Captain America, America's First Avenger or whatever, the first Avenger.
Okay. So how much money do you want to bet that we see Nick Fury lose his eye in this movie?
What was that?
How much money do you want to bet that we see Nick Fury lose his eye in this movie?
How much money? I put. I don't know. I put some money on it. I think it's gonna happen because I mean they showed us that. Oh, here's Nick Fury with both of his eyes. So it's like they're gonna show us either in the flashback from another movie or in this movie. I think
I
because
thought
first of all, we never
want to
seen
pay.
it without the eye patch.
Yeah,
What was
that's
that?
true. I kind of figured Marvel was done paying people like Samuel Jackson. He would never come
I
back.
did
So
too.
it's pretty cool to
I
see
did
him
too.
back again and everything.
That's another thing. That's another reason that made me want to see this movie. Just for the fact that Samuel L. Jackson is in it, and I'm like, wow, they have him in this movie. So it seems like they're going to be like partners. Like you're going to see him a lot. So, and it's going to be a Shield movie, kind of like how the Winter Soldier was. It's going to be like a operative Mission Impossible type of film, I think.
It'll be interesting to see how Marvel handles the only other like actual superhero that they have other than Thor. Um, because Thor has grown on me. The way that Marvel utilizes him amongst the other stars, and the way that we got to, see him in Ragnarok, I really loved. So that character has grown on me. My favorite character is Captain America. Would have never thought I would have said that. But similarly to kind of how, um, I never really was a Superman guy. Um, they really changed how I think about Captain America. They did a great job with that character. I wonder how this superpower person will play. Oh yeah, I couldn't hold that one back. I wonder how this superpower person. It's late over here where we're doing this.
It's late
All
as
six of
fuck.
our listeners. So
It's almost midnight, so we out here doing this shit for y'all. I'm out here in the middle of traffic doing this shit for y'all. Don't ask why. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna be out in the middle of traffic tomorrow for different reasons. So this is my last show. But with that being said, um,
So my last
I wonder how her and Thor will play next to each other. I love how Captain America and Black Panther play as a group. Kind of the rebellious, not super, but super characters.
right.
I really love how Marvel really does play their characters with each other. It just shows the time and the effort and the patience that they've taken to get to this point. For me, feels a little bit shoehorned and ham-fisted to introduce a new character at this point. And I'm not interested in going to the movies to see a movie about introducing me to a person just so that I can understand what's going on when I see her fighting in the next Avengers movie. But at the end of the day, man, like I definitely don't want to steal anybody's thunder. The people who are excited, I hope that this is a good standalone. I doubt that it will be. And the way that, and I'm not going to say spoilers, kiss my ass. The way that Ant-Man ended kind of was disappointing because I was really hoping to see him hop into the fray as well. He's become a favorite character of mine. Maybe is it the Wachowskis? No, because I forget. I'm tired, but I love the way that they handle all the characters. Maybe they just don't see a spot for Ant-Man because
You mean the Russo?
yeah, maybe the Russos don't see a spot for Ant-Man, and maybe that's why it looks like he's been put on the sideline for all of these Avenger movies. But yeah, man, I would love to. What I want to see most is how she interacts with everybody else. This is a wait for it to come on HBO or Netflix for me though.
And then also, I hear what you're saying. You're not excited for it. You really don't give a shit about it. Who is this bitch who's supposed to save the world? I understand what you're saying.
I could care less. And Brie Larson looks horrible in that outfit, so it just doesn't
I
add
tear
anything
it
to
off.
it either.
I would tear it off from the second. However, I want to add something else for this discussion, saying that just keep in mind there may be a cameo from somebody else, just like how Tony Stark was in Spider-Man. So you may see her interacting with some of the superheroes earlier than the next Avengers movie. Also, maybe read up on her origin, read up on her powers, read up what she's about, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know shit about Black Panther until the movie came out, or right before the movie came out, a little bit before it, and I started reading about him and learning about him and what he's about. Then when I saw the movie, put it all in perspective for me, and I'm like, oh, this is the shit. And I wasn't that excited for Black Panther. I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, I hope this is good. It looks cool, but when I saw it, I was blown away. So, and I had a new favorite superhero. So I ain't saying it's gonna be that monumental because it's not the first big black superhero movie. However, it's a woman, like I said, it's a female-led superhero movie. It's by this big corporation, Marvel, Disney, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're gonna put on the show and make it nice. And Brie Larson, you gotta understand, she won the Oscar. You know what I'm saying, for that room shit. Like, she's a big name. It's kind of like
It was good.
Heath Ledger or some shit, or fucking Jack Nicholson or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big name to have in a fucking superhero movie, and they gave her that title. So I don't think they're gonna fuck up. I feel like it has the potential to fuck up. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's going to be at the end of the day, at least it's going to be a good Marvel movie. You're going to want to bring your kids to see it. You know, bring your fiance to see it. And like I said, it's a girl, so they're going to want to see a girl take her fist and punch a monster in the face. They going to want people want to see shit like that. They want
You
to see
know,
her face. So I feel that's how I feel about the movie. I feel like you don't want to see it. I feel like I want to see it just to
I'll
see.
see it. Like I said, I'm just not. I'm not. This won't. March 8th, 2019. I'll be doing something else. I can damn near guarantee that.
No,
But
you want to see it on Netflix or HBO.
I'll see it on my own terms. I can't see myself really paying my money for it.
See,
At this particular time.
I'm gonna go see it in the theaters because I want to see what they do.
Yeah, I really hope you enjoy yourself. Um,
I will enjoy myself because it's Brie Larson. I mean, it's Brie Larson. She was in Scott Pilgrim for all of 10 minutes,
yeah,
and
man,
that's
it was known that it would turn into this great of a career. Um,
that.
um, like interesting fact: Brie Larson has the feet of a Sasquatch. But outside of that, this is one thing that may annoy me about this movie, right? Um, uh, DC did a great job of not taking the bait with Wonder Woman and just making a movie like they like and the director of that, Patty Jenkins, was very clear that her purpose was not to throw a lot of feminism into the movie, but to really focus on the character. And Wonder Woman had her own strength without, you know, trying to throw in third wave feminism, whatever the fuck wave they on, um,
Right.
into the movie.
Right. I
Allowed her to fall in love, but they didn't like press it. It was like if the dude wanted to go one way, she was just like, "No, I'm getting out of this ditch. I'm going to say these people, fuck what you're talking about." But it wasn't like, "Hey, man, don't tell me what to do." Marvel is not going to have that same restraint. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be third wave feminism at every fucking turn. You know what I mean? Like
I don't
just doesn't mean you can't do this. I would damn near bet every dollar in my pocket, which I don't even have. I
I
could
don't
probably
bet that. So I will bet against that because I think Marvel will because they hip. They're not gonna they know what damn.
run, get out of
God damn. Shield was just coming down the street and they had the sirens on.
there. Okay, good.
I think Hydra attacked the library.
Nah, man, but I kind of this is the reason. Like when I was, watching Spider-Man: Homecoming, and it's like, um, Mary Jane says, "Well, I'm not going into the thing because that shit was built by slaves," and it's just like, come on, guys, like, fuck, man, like, god damn it. I don't like that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I just want to watch my movie, like the same way. I just want to watch my football games. Like, not everybody shares. Yeah, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I want to say that you got to understand that Spider-Man: Homecoming was not just Marvel; it was also Sony.
Um, I mean, Sony given the rights to Marvel to use the thing, but as far as my research shows on that, Sony didn't really have anything to do with that production unless I got something wrong with that. But and then Sony being a non-American company, I can't even imagine why they would make such an effort. But
I
at the
don't
end
know.
of the day,
I
I don't
just
think it has that same restraint. I just don't think they do, man. I mean, like I hope it's not that because this is the thing. There are regular everyday people in America who don't care about this shit, and I don't think that like Hollywood understands that not everybody thinks how they think, and it doesn't, to decide that you don't want that shit in your movie, or that you don't want these things in your sports or other forms of entertainment, does not mean that like you're blocking yourself off from the reality of other people. Look, I mean, I'm black as night, not, in actual skin color, which you would happen to know. But I'm very well versed in my history. It's, my identity in that sense matters to me, and things of that nature. However, um, it's not reality to really, I mean, it's becoming so, but it's not reality to really go through life paying so much attention to, gender or lack thereof, how multiple your genders are, or your skin color. And I really just don't want that. And I feel like that's the only thing that kind of brought Black Panther down for me, is that like I didn't really need that. And I hope that I can just watch Captain Marvel and just enjoy a woman doing the things that a woman do without any like male knocking and without any like virtue signaling. It would be great if that is not in this movie, but
Well,
you
I
know,
want to interject, and I want to close out in a couple minutes,
yeah, I understand fully.
just because we almost have 40 some minutes. But I want to say this: you got to understand that there have been no female-led superhero movies. Just like with Black Panther, like the only thing we had before him was Steel and what was that shit called? Meteor Man and Blank Man. Name another one. Blade. Okay, he wasn't really a superhero. It was more like a vampire movie. Let's be real. That was when Marvel wasn't really trying to do comic book shit. They just wanted to make money off their properties. So this was like the first big thing. So this is another thing that's big for women, who is another big minority group. If you're being real about it. So I feel like they're gonna have some of that shit in the
Women in
movie.
this country than men. But at the end of the day, hey man, like I get that. And the thing existing in and of itself is enough. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't, it's the same way that like, I mean, like you said, we want to wrap it up, so you don't want to leave any time for that. But like, it would take away from the movie for me. I use Wonder Woman as an example again. I was able to get every piece of imagery and everything that they did within the story to show me how strong and independent she was. I don't need any winks to the camera like, hey, I'm strong and independent, aren't I? I don't need that. I really don't need that, and I hope they don't do that, because it's lazy as a storyteller. In the first and foremost, it's just lazy storytelling. You knew that Wonder Woman was strong and independent in multiples of scenes, but the one that showed it the most is when they're going through that foxhole and she's seeing the death and the carnage. And in a sense, it's like that womanly nature to protect and see something wrong and decide that no matter, even if this puts me in danger, that I need to fix this. Similar to the woman who found the strength to lift up a car because her baby was stuck under it. You know what I mean? Like she gets out of that foxhole and charges forward and just fucks shit up. And it's
But
just like,
listen. You gotta
you don't
understand.
need anything else.
You gotta understand though. It's like with me, I didn't see that as a woman thing. I just saw it as a good person thing. So it's different perspectives out there when they watching these movies. So a lot of people, you gotta understand, people are stupid. So you gotta put shit in there just to get the dumb niggas, because it's dumb niggas out there that's gonna watch it and they're not gonna get it just at face. They're gonna have to get it shoved in their face. And the next thing is, after that scene, they said that's no man's land, and she was like, "What she say?" She said, "I'm not a man," and she went in that bitch.
Right.
So that's the
That's
thing.
that's
That's the
all.
message right there.
Boom, boom, beautiful. Wrap it up. If I get any winks at the camera at some form of like nonsense, I'm that traffic that we were talking about. I'm gonna make sure I meet that. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go ahead and kill myself in
Right.
protest. It will be the most non-written about, non-cared about protest suicide of all time. It's like, what happened? So and so space isn't on that podcast anymore. Who cares? But yeah, man, that's my last spiel. And thank you for educating me on Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't say shit. I just knew what I knew. I just said what I knew.
No, you were like trying to explain it, and then you all but like admitted that this is just them trying to sell merchandise and introduce some characters,
I
and then
mean,
it's just
at the end of the day, I see it for what it is. But
mm,
like I said, if you under that fan helmet, if you're like, yeah, I want to see this shit, I think you should see it. And
nice.
but if you don't really feel that shit at all, you think it's some bullshit, another fucking Marvel movie with some bullshit ass liberal, messages in it, then you probably are right. I think it's gonna be both, honestly. I think it's gonna be nice and it's gonna have some cringe worthy shit. But I feel like it's gonna be both. So it's up to the people to decide what it is. I mean, it could bomb just like Thor 2 did. So,
Yeah, I don't think it'll bomb. Thor 2 was a horrible movie, so movies bomb like that when the fan excitement is there, but people get there and it gets out that the movie is horrible. No amount of boosting Rotten Tomatoes by paying off critics is going to help that movie to survive. Once it kind of gets out there in the in the word of mouth that the movie sucked, and Thor 2 sucked. So. Um, I think that I think, and I went to the movies to see that because I love Thor one, Thor two, possibly being. But at the end of the day, hey man, I'm feeling kind of optimistic it'll actually be good. I just don't. It's just a HBO, Netflix thing for me. So that's what I get out of it. So at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, that would actually mean that this is a bad movie. So hey man, we'll see what happens. As much as I may have sounded like a hater, I pretty much just wrapped it all up in a bow and said I think this would be good, but I won't see it. So can't call me a hater, bitches.
all right. So on that note, we're gonna sign off. This is Donovan. It's a Black Geekazoid and in that space, and we out this hole.
Yep, yep.